although it's your second season, it's your first and hopefully last filming during a pandemic.
Oh,
What was that like? Were tensions, do you think quarantine made tensions higher?
Yeah, yeah. I think it could definitely play a factor in things.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like as a whole, we all felt very fortunate, very lucky, to be able to be in the Hamptons with a yard and a big, beautiful home, and to be able to spend time with each other, because we've all been cooped up in quarantine. And I was in Minnesota for 5 months, which I loved. I love my time alone, but I also missed my friends and being social creatures like we are as humans. I personally was thankful. I mean, listen, it was a treat to be able to be with everybody, because like I said, we've all been quarantining and we really haven't spent much time together, or with other people.
I mean, yeah, like you're right. Most people haven't. So that was definitely probably nice. Did you guys have to do, were there a lot of like crazy safety precautions and stuff that you guys had to take for this?
I think, I mean, there were definitely precautions taken that allowed us to film in the safest way possible.
At the end of last season, you invited Hannah to come meet with your family in Minnesota, but then at the reunion, you revealed it didn't happen. Can you explain a bit, or can you reveal a bit about what happened?
Yeah, I mean, Hannah and I had just, one of the reasons I was so cautious with things, I feel like, with her that summer, was because I knew that there's a special connection between us. Mm-hmm. And I knew where I was, coming out of a relationship. I didn't want to like hurt her, and I didn't want to ruin what could be a great friendship if it wasn't going to be more than that. And, after we got done filming, Hannah and I still talked and like hung out and stuff, but it became more as friends than anything. I mean, it was super chill. Like we treated each other like best friends. So she did end up coming to Minnesota, although I did invite her along with everybody to come visit me at the lake house. But with COVID, they couldn't. I said, guys, listen, come to the lake, get out of New York, come stay with me. Let's have some fun on the water. But with COVID, I mean, it just wasn't right. So we didn't do it. So I did invite her. I did invite her along with Carl and Danielle and everybody. But that just didn't happen because of COVID. But yeah, so Hannah and I mean, we drew a line in the sand, and, I thought we were friends. So anyway, yeah.
So would you say, like, at the beginning of season 5, that's kind of where you guys are standing, more of a friendship standpoint, or do you think there's definitely some feelings there at that point?
Well, for me, I definitely was friends. I know that for sure. I mean, we really had a conversation where we had discussed being friends, and I said, yeah, I think we're better off as friends. And in the meantime, Hannah's dating other guys, living her life, like has a boyfriend, doing her thing. And I'm like, that's awesome, burn dog. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, cool. And then, so when I got to the house, I definitely was definitely complete, like 180 of the reality I thought it was. And, my head was spinning. That's all I can say.
This season, there's a newcomer, Sierra, who you have a history with. You actually invited her to the house. Can you talk a little bit about your past history with her? Did you guys have a romantic history, or did that start in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, Sierra and I we met through modeling, and, we both actually were kind of coming out of the same situations in relationships. Mm-hmm. And, then we like, she's into a lot of the things that I'm into. I'm into a lot of the things that she's into, the outdoorsy things, the hiking and the cool things. She's a great girl. And it was, we definitely hit it off. And I guess you could say we dated in that sense, but neither of us were really ready for it. So it didn't grow in anything bigger at that time.
The season 5 trailer teases you actually hooking up with Lindsay and shows Hannah's like shocked reaction. Do you and Lindsay start a romance? Does this hookup start drama? Like, what can you tease about this?
I can tell you that I love Lindsay dearly, and you're just going to have to tune in.
The whole house had to juggle work and busy schedules in addition to living under one roof. Did that cause tensions to be higher? And like, how did that work out for you?
Wow. I mean, that's great. That's a great question. I don't think so, in the sense that I mean, most people would think that it would, right? But I mean, people would have stressful days with work, right? But then we would all let loose and let that stress out with some cocktails
Yeah.
and fun. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that bad. And I also think, like I said earlier, I think we were all so thankful to be able to be in a big, beautiful home with a backyard and a pool and stuff, to where like we weren't about to go to that level of like, you're annoying me, because we're like, no, like I'll deal with the because like I'm just lucky to be here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, totally.
So I don't know, maybe it did, but for me personally, I was cool with it. I mean, you know, it's not forever. You just got to enjoy your time while you're out there and with your friends, you know, and make the most of it. So
If you could describe the new season of Summer House in one word, what would it be?
awesome.
Yeah.
And for me personally, confused.
Who do you think evolved the most over the summer? Like, who do you think started and became out like a different person or changed the most?
I really think, you know, it has to go, and it's a testament to him and the work that he's put in is I'd have to say Carl.
Definitely.
You know, and he's just, you know, I remember last summer I was talking with him about things, and then I said some things, and then going into this summer, I was so just happy to see the choices he had made and was making, and just where he was at personally. And, you know, I love the guy, and it made me really happy to see his growth as a person in the beginning of the summer. And his discipline was very awesome. I don't want to say I was surprised, but I was very pleased and happy for him because I care about him. Yeah.
Definitely. I feel like despite all the drama, you guys still are always supporting each other first.
Of course. I mean, at the end of the day, what we go through is an experience unlike anything else. Like I always say, like, you know, some of us are so different in so many ways, but yet because of our situation, you're like brothers and sisters or boyfriends and girlfriends or whatever, in the sense where, I mean, you're so comfortable. You just, you know, you run around the house naked for crying out loud. If somebody did it, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're like, oh, hey, like we know each other so well that it's like, you have nothing to hide, nothing, you know, it's like, it's great. Feel very lucky.
What are you most excited for everyone to see this season?
Most excited for them to see, I think just, you know, people have been stuck inside because of quarantine and stuff with COVID. I'm just excited for people to live vicariously through us and maybe enjoy themselves seeing us on TV, having some fun.
Definitely.
I mean, maybe somebody will say, fuck those guys, I wish I could do that. But then maybe there'll be people that'll be like, oh man, that's awesome. Like, you know, like I think that, you know, we have the opportunity where people can kind of enjoy their summer by seeing us enjoy our summer. And that's what I hope for that, at least.